You are very welcome to this, the Bitcoin Tarot podcast for the week starting the 4th of May 2018 with me, Cosmic Conroy. Last week, the cards told us that signs of growth were hopeless and futile and that they would lead nowhere. And then Bitcoin rose slowly over the course of the week with a giant burst at the end to make it nearly £1,000 up. That's about 10%. I think we can agree that this is a failing grade and the judges have been appropriate in awarding us so. In my defence, I can only apologise for misunderstanding the cards. I see now that last week's Ace of Wands did indeed represent new beginnings, and the Ten of Swords represents Bitcoin's hard work and determination. That's 3 failing grades out of 17 so far this year. Let's hope we can do better today. We'll do our usual 4-card spread, with 1 card representing the past 7 days, 1 card representing the current moment, the next one representing the future 7 days of Bitcoin, and the final card representing a sort of reason why it's all true, a meta overall state of the project. Our first card represents the last 7 days in Bitcoin, and that card is the 4 of Cups, luxury. Now we tend to think of luxury as a good thing, but in truth, the longer we relax in luxury, the more we suffer from ennui and indifference. Perhaps our growth has been bad for us and given us more than we can expect. We'll find out with the next card. Our second card represents the current moment in Bitcoin, and that card is the 8th trump card, adjustment. Now this represents a kind of justice, but not so much a human justice as the natural cosmic justice, a sort of karmic thing. So I guess that Bitcoin has been doing very well and will soon be judged. What will the judgment bring? Will we be judged lacking? Let's find out with our next card. Our next card represents the coming 7 days in Bitcoin, and that card is the 16th trump card, the Tower. It's not really good news. The Tower represents sudden dramatic change, and usually, as you can see, the Tower is in ruin, because sudden dramatic change is rarely very good for us. So it seems the reading is becoming clear. We have had times of luxury, but judgment is coming, and it may bring ruin. But why? Let's find out with our last card. Our final card represents an overall meta state of the project, a reason why the rest of the timeline is true. And that card is the 9 of Discs, gain. Now this ties in perfectly with the first card, showing us that the reason why our overabundance and luxury and ennui will lead to a judgment and to terrible destruction is because of that very luxury in its first place. So to summarise, it seems the cards are telling us that we've been coasting on indifference and ennui, but that judgment will come soon, bringing some terrible, terrible catastrophe. That's the end of this week's episode. I'd like to do a longer show and concentrate perhaps on some alt currencies or something other than price, but alas, to do that I need to take time off work, and to do that I need money. So if you'd like to donate towards that cause, here's a Bitcoin address. And if Bitcoin are in the lead when we get to the end of the fundraiser, we'll ignore all the alt currencies and only concentrate on Bitcoin related issues. Alternatively, current winner, Ethereum. If Ethereum are in the lead when we get to the end, we'll do an Ethereum related side reading, perhaps on proof of stake. Coming up in second place, we've got Ethereum Classic. And if Ethereum Classic are in the lead at the end of the fundraiser, perhaps we'll do a side reading on the immutability of the blockchain. Finally, taking up the rear, it's Bcash. If you want us to do a side reading on something like big blocks and support the Bcash cause, you can donate here at this address. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope that you contribute, and if you can't, you can always share or upvote. We're just 3% of the way there, so it's all still to play for. At current rates, it'll be 2021 before the increase in the price of Bitcoin means we get the long reading. But until next week, after the judgment, may the 4th be with you.